What up guys, my name is Stanley Steen from Team Deberoo, and today we are going to take a closer look to the MGID Native Ads platform. So let's dive in.
This video is brought to you by Deberoo.com, the #1 affiliate marketing software platform.
Alright, here we are on the homepage of MGID, and in today's video we are going to do a little bit of a review of MGID as a native platform. Alright, so we're on the homepage right now, and as you can see, it's for advertisers and for publishers. Of course, in this case, we as affiliate marketers are the advertisers. All right, so these terms get thrown around quite a lot. Sometimes we're the publishers and the vendor is the advertiser, but in this case, very important, the advertisers are us because we are gonna launch the ads. All right, in this case, the publishers are those people who own the website and have the ad inventory available for us to buy. So we are the advertisers. So let's click on For Advertisers and have a closer look into what kind of traffic you can expect from a platform like MGID. The perfect blend between branding and performance. Native advertising redefined. All right. MGID's native advertising platform connects and intertwines global audiences through their top tier verifiable publishers with highly engaged traffic. Native advertising simplified with access to over 850 million monthly users. MGID's platform seamlessly distributes your message to the right user at the right time to stimulate the right engagement. All right. Ensures the best performance for your campaign. So they have some partnerships, some big names in there as well. MGID's reach, of course, very important to do some investigation in the reach of the network that you're going to promote with, the traffic source that you're going to use. All right, so you want to make sure that, first of all, they have traffic in the country that you want to promote, and then also some specific traffic sources have very specific verticals in which they promote very well. All right, that has to do with the kind of websites that are connected with this traffic source. So for example, if I create a traffic source and I attract all kinds of publishers, but mostly in, for example, a medical niche, right? All kinds of medical care websites, that kind of stuff. If those are the sources in my traffic source, then certain verticals will be promoting better on those websites, on those placements, than certain other verticals. For example, a Nutra offer might very well match with the kind of websites, the kind of sources that I have available, where maybe gaming would not work at all because the websites have a total different focus. All right, so it's always important to do a little bit of research. MGID's reach is 200 plus countries around the world, so a pretty big reach, which means that no matter what geo you are promoting in, most likely MGID has some traffic for that geo. All right, so that's very good news. 70 plus supported languages, over 32,000 content websites, 100,000 plus new campaigns annually, more than 850 million unique visitors monthly, and more than 185 billion content recommendations monthly. Why go native? The benefits to native advertising. Well, I guess we all know kind of what the benefits of native advertising are, but let's just go over them very quickly. Never intrusive. All right. Truly organic placement. Stand out by blending in, and higher click rates. All right. Brand forms approach. All right. Our technology, case studies. All right, cool. So if you want to check out the case studies and stuff, go to MGID.com and you can check it all out. For now, I want to take a quick peek in the inside of MGID, and we're going to take a look on how the MGID dashboard, what it looks like, but also how you can use it to create your own campaign. All right. So let me log in here. and then we can see if we can create a campaign using MGID. If I type in the right password, of course. Let's see. All right, here we go. All right, so this is the dashboard of MGID. It looks a bit plain, but it has everything that I need. All right, so right here we have our campaigns that ran in the past, and we can see the data on it. So as you can see, they're all paused. Right here is the impressions. Then we have the clicks, the spent, the average CPC, conversions to buying, interest, or decision, conversion cost, teasers, how many teasers do you have available, and then right here we have the actions. All right, so right here you can, for example, see the ads, see the statistics, pause the campaign, go to the campaign settings, selective bidding, delete the campaign, or copy the campaign. All right, so on this channel we're focusing solely on native ads, but just a little shout out, maybe you've seen it right here. MGID also has push traffic, which might be very convenient if, for example, you want to scale your campaign, right? So if your campaign is very successful on native and you want to scale that campaign, you can make the decision to scale it over to a other traffic source, for example, push. And the MGID, actually we'll go over it, but the MGID platform also gives you an option to simply just duplicate your native campaign into a push campaign. So I'm going to show you how that works in just a second. One little disclaimer though, if you are scaling your campaign from native to push, make sure that you know what you're doing and that you know how push works as well. All right, we're not going to focus too much on the push. So let's actually see what it looks like if we are going to add a campaign. All right. So first things first, we need to give our campaign a name, of course. I'm just going to call it Stanley because we're just exploring the platform. We're not really building a campaign today. The campaign type. So we have undefined product promotions, content promotions, push, or search feed. So here you can select push if you are creating a push campaign. Otherwise, you would have to choose between product promotions or content promotions. Most likely, it's going to be product promotions. All right. The search feed, I'm not quite sure if that is like search ad. I don't think they have that in their inventory, so I don't know exactly what the search feed is. But we're going to go with product promotions. Maybe it's here. No, okay. Campaign category. All right, so we can basically give our campaign a category depending on what kind of products you're promoting. This is probably helpful for them as well to see which verticals are performing well on which specific placement, so that they can help you by providing you with whitelist, blacklist, etc., etc., etc. All right, so this is, I think, important for them. But maybe it's useful for us as well. We're just going to say automotive, just because. Campaign language, we're going to set that on English. And right here we have the block before show. All right, so this is basically, do you want your campaign to go live right after you've created it and right after it gets reviewed? Or do you want it to get paused right after it gets approved by the MGID team? So I want it to get paused. So I'm going to turn the block before show on. All right. So if it's off, it will go live immediately. If it's on, it will get paused. Then we have the targeting, starting with the geo. Let's just do Canada because it's right here at the top. That's fine. Canada, we're going to add Canada, and you can see that potential audience reach shrink from extremely much to 26 million, which is still quite a lot. All right. So we have, of course, geo-targeting. What is nice about MGID is that they give you the country, like I just added Canada, but they also give you districts. All right, so you can select certain districts if you want. Inside of Europe, we have the countries, and what happens if we open the countries? We get more districts. All right, so we can do quite some geo-targeting. Then we have the browser, so we can also target on browser. Personally, I don't use this quite often at the beginning of my campaign. What I like to do is generate the first data, and as soon as I have specific data that tells me certain browsers are not working or working extremely well, one of the two, that's the point where I will start with my targeting on browsers. But I don't like to target browser before I have any data on my campaign. So we're going to leave it as is. Then the targeting operating system, so desktop, mobile, tablet, and smart TV. But once again, we can also unfold it, and inside mobile, we have Android and iOS. And we can even unfold that for the specific type. All right, so that's pretty cool. We're just going to run the whole mobile. Why not? All right, so that shrinks it down once more to 13 million. Then we have browser language targeting. So this is also quite interesting, especially in a country like Canada where they have multiple languages, all right? So the French-speaking Canada, I don't know how well they speak English, if it's like, okay, our first language is French, but we all speak English, or if there are certain people who don't speak English, I'm not quite sure. But just in case, I might want to target English browser settings so that when I create my ads in English, I know for a fact that the user who receives them can actually read them. So I'm going to add English to my targeting settings, and we can see about 1.5 million less than before we did that targeting. So there are some people probably with French or other language browser targeting. All right. Then we have the mobile connection, and this is actually the same as the browser to me. I don't like to target on this before I have any data, so I would like to keep it as is. But if you want, you can target specifically on Wi-Fi or carrier. And audiences, so you can create your own audiences as well right here so that you can save them and use them for multiple campaigns, which is extremely useful if, for example, you're doing multiple campaigns in the same vertical or multiple campaigns in the same geo, then this might be very helpful to you. Basically, it's almost like creating a whitelist, right? But then not on the placements, but on the audience side, all right, the targeting side. But I don't have any audiences, and I'm not going to create one now, so we're going to leave it as is. Let's press confirm. All right, what's next? We have the schedule. Let's turn it on to see what it looks like. All right, so we have day parting, right? So we can turn full days off. So right now, Monday and Sunday are off. But we can also turn specific hours off, like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. We can even say, I don't want to run 2 a.m., 3 a.m., but only on Monday I do not want to run those. All right, so quite specific scheduling, which is nice. Pause campaign, weekends, working days. This makes it very easy as well. Business time, start campaign, business time. Okay, all right. So this makes it like a shortcut if you don't want to run on the weekends, or you do want to run on the weekends, or you don't want to run on working days, etc., etc., etc. Once again, I like to run 24/7 until I have data to prove that certain times are not working. So I'm going to turn the schedule off. Then we have the limits. So we can set limits by clicks. We can select a daily budget and an overall budget. Or we can limit by conversions, which is very useful if you have a cap, right? If you have a X amount of conversions that you can send per day or in total. Both are optional with your affiliate network, so make sure you check the restrictions. But you can basically limit that right here by using the limits. So that is very helpful. I'm going to set it on unlimited right now. Do not show all teasers by campaign after conversion to action. What is this? You can specify the amount of days when ads won't be showed to user who had an action. All right. To use this option, you must configure action step. All right, so basically, if somebody has bought your product that you're promoting with MGID, then you can say, okay, I do not want to run my ads to this person who bought it for a X amount of time at least, because since they just bought it, they're not likely to buy it again within the first X couple of days, all right? For example, if you know that shipping is going to take a week, right, to that person, then you might say, okay, in that week, I'm not going to promote to that person because that's basically spending my money on somebody who's not going to buy because they're still waiting for their first shipment. All right. So maybe after that week, I'll start promoting again to see if I can get them to come back. But right now, while they're waiting for the product, maybe you don't want to run to them. All right. Let's see what else. The tracking tags. So you can set up UTM or any custom tracking tags, which is nice. I'm going to turn this off for now because we're not going to use it in this specific review video. And then we have the MGID conversion tracking. So I'm going to turn that off for now as well because I do not want to set up the complete conversion tracking right now. But if you can, you should set this up for your campaign. And then right here, create a duplicate push campaign. So if you feel like, this is going well, I want to scale my native campaign in native, but I also want to scale my native campaign in push and move it over there, then you can just simply turn this on and then it will create a duplicate of your native campaign in a push format, which is very nice, but we're gonna leave it as is. Let's say save and save and continue. All right, so we did not make any creatives yet. All right, your campaign has been added successfully. Would you like to create teasers for the campaign? Perfect. So let's press create. And this is the ad creator basically, right? So here we can drop our creatives, drop our text, our images, our campaign URL, etc. So first we have the URL, which is gonna be your campaign URL, right? So as you can see, there are some campaign URLs in here. I'm just going to click one, right? So right here, you would paste your campaign URL. Very important. Then we have the title. So this is your headline. All right. This is your headline. Perfect. Then that category we already filled in at the beginning at the creation of our campaign. So it's basically auto-filled. But if you made a mistake, for example, you can still change it right here. Then the image. So we can just browse for a image. Or you can use the link, I guess. I'm just going to do this. I don't know what kind of image this is, but that's fine. All right. Actually, I don't get to see the image, so I wonder if I upload an image. Let's see if I have something. Well, there are plenty in here, but let's use this. Whoop, nope, that's not allowed. Okay, let's use something else. Right there. Okay, all right, cool. So we do get to see a kind of preview, and we also get to select a rectangular image. So this one would be the right size for a rectangular image. But then for some specific websites, right, some specific placements, some widgets, we might need a square image instead of a rectangular image. So MGID gives you the option to say, okay, in case you need to make a square image, what do you want it to look like? How do you want it to be cropped, all right? So first we have the rectangular image right here, and then we can change the square image if we want as well. So maybe we want the square image to be completely somewhere else because otherwise it wouldn't make sense or something, whatever. You can give it a go right here. All right, apply CPC for all regions, that's fine. And right here, save and go to the ads list when you're done with creating your teasers. Or save and add a new ad in case you want to make multiple ads. And I'm just gonna pretend I've done all my ads, and then we click on save and go to ads. Perfect. And right here we have our creatives. We have that image that we just entered. We have the headline right here. This is your headline. Category is automotive. And everything is set up. So basically right now we have to wait for MGID to give us the green light. They are gonna basically assess the quality of our ad to see if it complies with the restrictions and the rules of MGID. And as soon as they're done with that, in my case, it will go to pause campaign. but maybe depending on your settings, it will go live immediately and you will start receiving some traffic. All right, so that is the review on MGID. It's a basic looking dashboard. When you first come on the dashboard, it looks all a little bit basic, but I rather have it look basic but make it very easy and user friendly to launch a campaign, which it 100% is. It's very clear to see what needs to go where, so it's very nice to create a campaign using MGID since it's made so simple. It's all explained well. The dashboard doesn't look too fancy, but everything works, and the traffic is good. The targeting options are pretty big, right? We have a lot of targeting options. So I really like the MGID dashboard. That's going to be it for this video, but no worries, there will be more to come. So make sure to check out MGID if you're looking to launch a native ads campaign, or maybe even push, because like we learned today, there is also push traffic available at MGID. So check it out, make your account if you don't have one yet, and then I will catch you next time. Till then, peace out.
This video is brought to you by Deberoo.com, the #1 affiliate marketing software platform.